He's had his white lab coat on, and he tells us about the future, even though today it's dark.
He's wearing a black wool
you
coat.
You look
like
like
a black lab coat.
Looks like you just came out of bed.
Well, I kind of did.
Okay.
Jeez. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. All right, Larry, what do you got for us today?
Well, hey, last week we looked at CES right as it was starting and looked at some of the odd things that always show up on day one. Well, now that CES is done and we have our employees back from
Which
CES.
is an acronym for?
The Consumer Electronics Show.
Okay.
So once a year, all the geeks get around from around the world and they show off their best new tech.
Right.
And a lot of it's ridiculous, but some of it eventually ends up coming into your home.
Yes.
So I'm going to show you the 3 products that I took away from CES that I thought were the best.
Okay.
First, we saw a lot of 4K, 8K TVs. Now, I
boy.
remember on this
Not
show
this
even.
again. Yeah.
I know. Remember the show? I even said, I'm predicted 8K is probably where you're going to end up being.
Yes,
4K
you
is an
did.
interim step, and you see that at CES this year. Lots of 8K TVs, lots of 4K TVs as well.
I've seen 4K in all of its glory. How much more real can it get?
I know.
It's 4 times the resolution of 4K.
No, I understand that, but your eyes can only. I mean, is it as good as your eyes?
You can do some interesting things when you get really high pixel densities.
Is it better than actors just being in your
It looks like
living
you're
room?
looking through the window. But I think one of the biggest trends that was here wasn't necessarily the resolution. It was something called HDR, which in photography, if you're in photography, it's called high dynamic range. It's a thing that's been in photography for a long time.
Right.
We take a low exposed shot and a high exposed shot and combine them, and you get a lot of colors, like the whole range. That's coming to TVs, essentially TVs that are certified to have amazing amounts of colors, and that's immediately noticeable. Yeah, you're right. The resolution, if you're not a geek, you might
Right.
not notice it. This, you see the TV and you just stop and you go, that looks like you're looking through a window, into the next room.
Right.
And you're seeing a lot of that. So LG would probably be my winner from CES. They came out with a series of 4K OLED TVs, which is the same tech that's on your phone. And the amazing thing about that is it's a self-emitting surface. So when it goes black, it just turns the part of that screen off. So it actually is black. And so if it was nighttime, you wouldn't be able to tell where your screen begins and the screen ends because it's pure black.
So it'd be an infinity type of deal.
Correct. So it's really, really neat. Look for that this year. HDR screens. It actually makes a difference if you're holding on a TV.
All right, quickly, because we got a couple of minutes
All
left.
right. So this was the year we've talked about VR a lot. This is the year VR comes to consumers. So far it's been and developers' hands like mine.
Video, VR,
virtual reality.
Okay.
I love how he assumes we know all this
Right,
stuff.
right, right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
VR.
yeah.
Right.
So virtual reality been a thing I've been talking about for a while. We've talked on the show, but it's actually coming to consumers via Oculus, which is the company owned by Facebook,
Right.
In the next month or two. But the one I would say is the best is something called the HTC Vive. This thing, when you put it on, you are transported into a different world. So, if you want to watch the Rams when they're in LA, you can pretend like you're in that stadium versus, sadly, the one that's here. The final thing is drones. You've seen drones everywhere, but what was really cool is they came out with a flying car at CES. It's a Chinese company, looks just like a drone, like the quadcopters that everyone's used to with the 4 propellers.
Right.
Except there's a pod in the center that a human can sit in. You sit in the pod, it's got air conditioning, it's a car, and on your app, you say, okay, I want to go to here, and you place a pin. It picks up to 11,000 feet in the air, goes up to 62 miles an hour, and takes you immediately to your destination.
Wait, you say a car? Like a drone?
It is a drone the size of a car.
The size of a car.
Can fit a person in it.
Jetsons are really coming.
The Jetsons are here. And you can even do things like I'm at at a restaurant and I need my car. You say, come to me, and the drone flies up in the air, lands right by you, you get in your car, and you're on your way home.
That is the Jetsons.
It is.
That is the Jetsons.
And so while that might seem a little bit ridiculous, and it certainly is a more offbeat product you're not going to see immediately in your houses, it was the first kind of flying car design that I've seen that I wasn't like, that's not ridiculous. That actually could work. It's not a fixed wing, convertible.
Yeah.
It actually is something that could work, that's super stable.